Today, I would like to talk about how to change the world. Let me give you a perspective. Most people think that to change the world, they need to be doing more in life. More impact, more success, more visibility, go to the gym more. But what if the real way you change the world is by stepping off the merry-go-round? And here is how I feel I can speak a little around these topics. I'm socially owned. I spent 15 years with the police. I became a mother, had many life-changing experiences, a near-death experience, a reopening into all sorts of ways of being that made me reassess many things in my life which I never thought even needed reassessing. As a result of this, I made the decision to leave the police in 2020. And since then, I've fully gone into changing my world and realizing that it's not until you change your own internal world that actually you can start making a difference outside. And I see where you're at. You had a clear way to get to where you wanted to be. And part of the way you've got there. And you still see in the horizon, in the distance, where you want to be. But there's a feeling that you can't do it in the same way that you have before because something's changed. You can't quite name it, but you sense it's kind of from within. So I'm just going to read a piece to you, and it's from my book called The Book of Revelations. And it's called How You Change the World. So sit back, relax, and just take it in. Step off the merry-go-round. Take a rest from it. Slow down and see the scenery. Breathe. Reassess what is important and what is essential to you. Buy a notebook and pen. Start writing, drawing, dance, eat cake, sell your house and downsize. Look at photos of yourself as a child. See yourself with your innocence, your hopes, your wants, your wishes. Feel them all. Cry them out. Write to your anger. Feel your pain. Laugh at how funny you were. Marvel at how beautifully perfect you were. How beautifully perfect you are. It's never too late to love yourself, to give yourself what your heart is craving for, to live. You are a vital and essential piece of this jigsaw. And we need you in all of your glory. The whole integral you. And the biggest piece in this, don't just talk the talk. Walk the talk. Take action. Humanity is so worth it. Okay, firstly, step off the merry-go-round. Stepping off the merry-go-round is unplugging from life as you know it in an attempt to reconnect you to something that's deep and ancient and grounded, somewhere where you recharge your batteries in a way that is rich and meaningful. Changing the world by coming home to yourself. Coming home to yourself. We often feel that life is changing. We want to change the world. We want to make the world a better place. But it's because internally something has shifted. And actually, I think that the deeper meaning of that is that we've lost our footing. We've lost our earthing. We've lost our grounding. And we want to be stepping off into the next thing, but the ground underneath us is shaky. We don't have a sense of what home really feels like anymore, whatever that means for you. And all of this, I speak from personal experience. Coming home to myself was doing something which I'd never really done in my life before, which was laying down meditation for 10 to 15 minutes, if not more, where I was going to be undisturbed by anyone, where the whole of my family were aware, the door was shut. This was my precious time to do nothing but to just be in presence with words, with silence, with breath, with my body, to recalibrate. And time after time after time, the consistent showing up to this every day meant that a language began to develop from inside and making its way outside. A voice that wanted to be heard. The true voice of myself. There's going to be something for you, some practice, something that's yours, truly yours, that means you can reconnect with you. Come home to yourself at the ground level. The third point, and then there's one more after that, is about taking radical self-responsibility. Well, you matter. You cannot make an impact on the world if you don't take radical self-responsibility and take the steps to change things like in 5% increments in your life. The final point is that humanity is worth it. Humanity is worth you making these changes. And that's the point of all of this. We can easily be persuaded or convinced that the world is a terrible place. You only have to open your phones. You only have to look at all the sensational headlines, all of the terrible things that humans are doing to one another. But actually, humanity, when we really look into each other's eyes, when we really take the time away from all the things that are grabbing your attention, all the sensational things, when you actually come away from all of that, you realize that humanity is actually incredible. We are healing for one another. We are our own medicine. You know this when you look at someone you love, when you are around people whose company you enjoy. You know this because it feels amazing. You know this because you feel the energy of a human being who is putting out amazing feel-good factor. That's why it's worth it, because for every horrible thing that we see happening out there, there are so many amazing small actions that we can take to change the world, whether it's smiling at somebody in the street, or as simple as stopping your world, stepping off the merry-go-round, coming home to yourself, taking radical self-responsibility, walking the talk. You know all the theories, but just taking charge of just a minute of your time and just thinking, no, I'm just going to sit and I'm just going to breathe. Those are little ways in which you can start to change your world. I realize that none of this in the way that it's being presented is perfect. Walking the talk is me doing this. And whilst I've been making videos for a while now on other social media platforms, this seems quite new and I'm warming up into it. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching.